so this time I'm gonna turn off the desktop audio because I don't want my videos being restricted in where they can or can't be seen. But for some reason, it seems to only be in Russia and Belarus where my videos become restricted because of playing music in them. So I'm probably gonna play more music in my videos. But yeah, if you're Russian or in Russia or in Belarus, sometimes you're not gonna see every single one of these streams that I make. And hello and welcome back to everybody who's been watching. I guess that's how I'm supposed to start these videos, but who cares? Uh, yeah, it's been a while since I last uploaded. And why is that? Because life happens, bro. It's not even life gets in the way. Life fucking happens. It's impossible to be about only one thing in your life 24/7. Like, you might have a moment in time where it's like 1, 2, 3, 5 years where your like focus is 100% on the craft or the skill that you're working on, and then life goes on, you know. Like Ronaldo right now, he's not the 23-year-old bad man from Manchester United who just wakes up and trains all the time. Like, he's got a fucking family now. Take offense in that. I'm sorry, but yeah, my language. Like, he's a family man now. So you wake up in the morning, you've got to greet your kids, your wife. You know, it's gonna happen, Gio. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. But yeah, you have to take care of your family and this and that. Or like, you're 26, 27 years old. You're not really focused on football anymore because you're like, okay, maybe I've got 8, 10 years left. I need to start looking at what else is around, what else is available, what can I do once I retire. So maybe you're not as dedicated and as focused as the 16, 20-year old who their life can literally be morning, evening, night, just football, football, football. And that's okay, because if you used your time properly, then when you were 20, 21, 22, 23, you put in the work so that you don't have to put in the work, like as much of the work as right now, or putting in the same amount of work feels a lot less strenuous on you because you're in a position where you have the experience, you know what's supposed to be done, you're in sync with what it is that you're doing. And that's in any field of life. Like, even people who work 9 to 5s, like the first year as an intern, like you're just out of university, or you just finished school, or whatever it is, you just got to your first job. Like, that first month, that first year, you're gonna feel like you know absolutely nothing about your job. And then once you're like 3, 4 years into your job, that's when you start looking at, like, oh, what else is going on outside of it, because it's ingrained into your being, doing that task which you do on a regular basis. And I'm realizing that I'm getting to that point with my trading where chart time, I've already put it in. Like, I've already put in the hours just watching candles paint. And so what's next? What next is trusting that the hours that I've put in are going to yield the results that I'm seeking. That's where I'm at right now, if I was to describe my trading journey. Because as much as I go online looking for guidance and direction, there's not really much else for me to learn in terms of technical patterns. I I couldn't explain to you coherently what an order block is, or like why fair value gap holds. I can't explain any of that stuff. However, if I'm required to mark up a chart to look for a trade, I can definitely do that. Inputting an order into a trade terminal, I can do that. Walk away from the chart after doing that, I can. Being okay with the result, I'm getting there. Because you're not always gonna get the result you want despite putting in the work that is, that you're supposed to put in. Sometimes it takes longer for the results to appear that versus when you're putting in the efforts. But I digress. I talk too much. Maybe this should be reserved for Sunday. But yeah, just where I'm at right now from a mental perspective, I guess, with my trading. Yeah. So first things first, economic calendar. The economic calendar says that we have news later. Well, at 4:40. So like, let me refresh this. What time is it right now? It's 3:22. So in about an hour, 20 minutes, we have Governor Bailey speaking. And this is CAD news. We have some FOMC. Let's look at the calendar. This was FOMC week. Yeah, and some president had a speech yesterday. So today there is no high impact USD news, which means that markets should be relatively calm today. Um, yeah, so that's out of the way. See the account. I haven't done anything on it since the last time I traded it last month. This month is completely empty. See, 21st of May is the last time I traded. And it's gonna be like that for you sometimes, like when somebody says, I noticed also, like when somebody says, like, I've been doing something for X amount of years, right? Sometimes that doesn't encapsulate or like properly give context to the amount of time they actually put in. Because I could be in school for 3 years, right? But I only attended 40% of my classes. So, was I really at school for 3 years? I don't know. On paper, it says I was there for 3 years, but you know, that's just one way of looking at it. So, yeah, year 7, this is for me. And yeah, we're still going losing streaks. We're still doing this. I did have a conversation with a trader. $10 left. I need to make 590 to pass phase 1. How much can I realistically make today? That's something I'm actually learning. Uh, how much can you realistically make in a day? Well, it depends on what you're trading because even with gold, it really depends on two things. It depends on the asset that you're trading and okay, three things. Asset that you're trading, the lot sizes that you use, and the number of trades that you take. Because, for example, with Euro USD, right, 100 pips a day is unlikely. That's just how it is for Euro USD. 100 pips a day, every single day, is an unlikely occurrence. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that if you want to get extremely rich off of Euro USD in one day, it is likely not going to happen because the movement that this asset gives is not enough for you to make incredible, obscene amounts of money in a relatively short amount of time. Because right now, I'm going into this market looking for only 30 pips. Now, 30 pips with $10, the most I can, the most I can lot size, the biggest lot size I can put on is maybe 0.03 or 0.05. Let's call it 0.05, or let's just say a 0.1. Let's say I could take a 0.1. A 0.1, if I make 30 pips, that's $30, right? Okay, that's because I only took one trade, and that's the maximum lot size I could take. What happens if I take two trades, 0.1 and a 0.5, then I could still only make $45. Like, I'm limited by the lot size and the pip movement on how much I could make a number of trades. Because even if I take 2 trades or like 4 trades on Euro USD, maybe the most I can get is 100 pips in the entire day, like 4 trades with 25 pips each. Now, depending on how I scale up the lot size, I could end up with either $10 or possibly 100, 200, but I'm still not going to be able to make $50 million in one day off of 30 pips on Euro USD with the lot sizes that I have. Like, even if you were to take 20 lots, you're still not going to make $50 million off of 30 pips. So, how much can you realistically make in a day depends on those 3 things. Okay, so daily chart is here. This is the high of the last 20 days. This is the low of the last 20 days. We've retraced into this fair value gap after on the monthly chart, um, breaking through this what was a rejection block, and now it looks like it turns to a break or a mitigation block, one of the two. Then we started the week here, went up into this fair value gap after testing it the first time. Second time we closed above the mean threshold, which made me think that we were gonna have a bullish week at least until this order block here, but that didn't happen. Happened was we closed above the mean threshold, so I'm thinking, okay, that's it. Next day we retest the high of this fair value gap, or we're retesting this order block. I don't know, because I feel like I shouldn't be using fair value gaps in this situation, because you see this fair value gap gave me a false positive. This one also gave me a false positive. So what am I gonna do? If I delete those, and then get here, so this order block was, let's call it tested here and only confirmed here. That's when price went and closed below this level. So what I'm gonna do is put another mark this candle also as a bearish fair value, as a bearish order block. And what do you see? What do you see? Fuck you guys. This is what I see. Yeah, we tested this block the first time, the second time, the third time, fourth time, and then eventually fell away. In doing so, we created another block here. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just following order flow, I guess. This is what they would call it, following order flow. Yeah. This fair value gap's been traded through, so what's the next round liquidity? This fair value gap down here. Are we gonna get there today? I have no clue. Why do you use only these 2 candles instead of all consecutive candles? Because this one candle is the one that engulfed these 2 consecutive candles. And look here how crazy precise it hits the mean threshold and then breaks away. So this is why you have to update your charts every single day if you're an intraday trader. But if you're a swing trader, and it's okay. So 30-minute chart. It's 3:30 right now. Should be in the market looking for a long or a short. Yeah, this fucking annoyed me yesterday. So this is me testing if I can set and forget. Like, say what you want about Alex G. I know obviously he didn't create the set and forget method, but it is absolutely great for people who have other things to do outside of being a full-time trader. You literally set up your orders and then you walk away from the chart. There is a young brethren that I learned from, I think it was this week, might have been this week or last week, but probably last week. I was just chilling with him, and turns out he's a swing trader, and he was so calm. Like the amount of calm that he had in his trading was it was unreal to me because I'm used to like being all over the place, overthinking stuff and shit. But this guy is so fucking calm. He just placed his order and then he just chilled. So then I got a chance to ask him a couple questions. And yeah, one like a couple things like it felt so good. It felt like therapy to be able to explain to somebody what the fuck it is that I go through when I'm on the markets. Like you guys on the internet are cool, but I can't explain or ask very specific questions because you guys are producing content for a wide audience. So I have to take what I get. But in this situation, it was so nice. So he was super calm, and I got a chance to ask him some questions. It was really nice. Let me ask him some questions. Few things stood out is one, he absolutely trusts his strategy. Like it's to the point where he just sets orders and forgets about them completely. And I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, what do you mean you trust your strategy this much? And it's like, yeah, I've done the back testing, I've done this, I've done that. So I know that the variance is this and that, and it gave me a chance to talk through all my flaws in trading or like the bad trading habits that I've learned over the years. And yeah, it made me realize it's like, okay, shit, definitely should be past a lot of this stuff, but I haven't because either comfort, if not comfort, then it's just like fear of evolution. Because the reason I'm holding on to certain of the some of these habits is like, okay, what are you gonna replace it with? Because you can't just like let go of a habit. You need to replace a habit with another habit. It's like, okay, what are you gonna replace it with? And then now it becomes a process of having to grow some more, and growth's uncomfortable. So what that did eventually is made me look at trading from a very different perspective because I was like, okay, how much do I trust my strategy? And I've been working on that this week. Like, okay, how much trust can I actually put in my strategy without freaking out? First things first, like everybody's like back test this and that. I believe in forward testing. Back testing is good for you to understand how to mark up your levels. However, how are you going to mark up your levels in real time if you're not forward testing? So, like everybody be like, back test data collection, that's how you gain trust in your strategy. No, you have to test your strategy in real time. That's how you gain trust in it. Because if not, like you could be the best backtesting person, but then when it comes to real life, you're not gonna be able to perform. What does that help anyone? Like not just you, like even the people you're depending on or the people you're gonna splurge on. Like what what does what does this help if you're a good backtester, you're a good chart analyst, and you can't translate it into spendable money? Because that's essentially what we're doing, trying to turn our skills into spendable money. Everyone, business people, salespeople. I feel like I'm talking too much, but I'm just in the mood. So what do we have here? Fair value gap respected, order block respected. We broke through structure here, we're returning to another fair value gap. So this is what I like to see. This is entry pattern that I like to see is sweep of liquidity, flip, or what sweep of liquidity. What is this? They call this change of state of delivery, fair value gap, like sweep of liquidity, order block, change in state of delivery, fair value gap. So I should I think be looking for longs from here. But I will be right with you in a moment. Ever cannot escape it. You sometimes have to do things in real life that will pull you away from the chart. So if that's the case, can you just like still be able to find a way to find entries and then set it and then continue with real life? Of course there is. Of course there is. Okay, so which is the best one? I have no clue yet because as you can see here, I tried to enter off this 30-minute fair value gap. What happened is I got stopped out and then price went into my direction. Absolutely. It's annoying. It's really annoying. I'm happy because it means I can understand based on price movement from candlesticks where price is likely to be headed, like which direction it's gonna go in. Things that do annoy me still up to now is targeting because I'm like, okay, where am I supposed to take my money? Like this is 30 pips, yeah. But coming to look at the market, coming to look at the market later, like if I took here and yeah, it didn't stop me out. For example, if I entered at the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, or I enter at this fair value gap, which is slightly above this one, which I chose for entry, then I would have got my 30 pips, and I would have come back to the market later and be like, damn, I could have got like 100 pips, because let's just say you entered here, right, which is the mid consequent encroachment, right? All the way to down here, yesterday is 930 pips. All the way to the opposing fair value gap is 180 pips, 108 pips. Like that's a whole 70 pips extra. That could have been on 0.01. That's a whole $7. On one lot, that's $700. 10 lots, 7,000. I've never seen someone take a trade with 100 lots apart from edited MetaTrader screenshots. You don't need to take trades with 100 lots for you to make money that you can live off. People are like doing fine on 10, 15, 20 lots. Mr. 300, what was it? 300, 3,000? 300 lots. Okay, so fair value gap, break of structure. Okay, so right now order flow is looking like it's bullish. You dig? Because we went into, we're in a weekly PD array. See how we went to here and then immediately took off going higher. What we could see is price retracing and then going back, but what I'm seeing right now is we might get into here, this midpoint, and then push lower and then go higher. So this is what I expect to see for today. Close somewhere here. Screenshot this. I'm gonna upload it to Twitter. Let me upload it to Twitter right now. Why? Because I feel like it. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. Do I care if it's right or wrong? Not really. Cause shit, we get it wrong. Like we fucking get it wrong, my guy. Like you're gonna get it wrong. Look at look at what do we call this? Football players. They get it wrong so many times. Misplaced passes, mistimed challenges, rosy shots. goalkeeping errors. Like they get it wrong, and these dudes are like supposedly the professionals. And how do you expect that you're never gonna get it wrong as an amateur or intermediate or expert or whatever it is? You're gonna get it wrong. So it's okay, and like if somebody's clowning you for getting it wrong, it's likely okay. So one of two things: either they have absolutely no idea how hard it is to do whatever it is that you're doing, or they're just taking the makeup. Holy shit, I'm supposed to go do something else. Let me post this in. I'll be right back. Hence why I'm not streaming on a daily basis right now. Also, another thing, right? Another thing. Just because you, just because it's possible to trade every single day doesn't mean one, you should trade every single day. Two, the opportunity for your trading setup to show up every single day. And three, even if you have a prop firm challenge, like who the fuck cares? Like that you wanna pass it in one day. Nobody gives a flying fuck, honestly, if you pass it in one day. Okay, if you can pass it in one day, that's fucking great. Get your payout. Like pass your phases, get your payout, get paid. Move on with life, take on another challenge or continue trading that account, whatever. But you don't have to do that. Like nobody, there's no rule book anywhere that says you must pass a prop firm challenge within one day or 1 week, otherwise you're a shit trader. Just random ramblings. Why? Because okay, this is me taking social media personally. Like I'm looking at tweets of people who are like, "Oh, it's gonna take forever to pass that challenge." This so fucking what, dude? Like people have such distorted perceptions of time once you realize how quickly money can actually be made, right? You salaried motherfucker is getting paid 12 times in a year, but me being able to trade 3 times in a month and get paid on all 3 days in the month, all of a sudden I'm taking forever. Okay, do what you fucking want. Trade every single day then. Like, okay, I have nothing else for you in that situation. So what do we have here? We have this fair value gap. Now within it, we have another fair value gap. Okay, let's go back and reference this trade. This I drew after. Okay, Like this fair value gap I drew after. But within a fair value gap of a 30-minute, if you get another fair value gap on the 5-minute, it could have been this one, could have been that one, could have been that one, could have been that one. Which one should you choose? I do not know yet. Which is why I chose this one. Why? Because it's the nearest one. I chose this because it's the nearest one, and I'm like, well, I want to be in this trade, regardless of if I get stopped out or not. I want to be in this trade. So what did I do? I set a limit order, and then I walked away from the charts. Turns out that would have been the most precise entry for me to take, and that would have yielded 100 pips. But that has already happened. So what do? We are here now. And here, since we want to get, I want to get a decent price run. If what happens if I take a short right now? That's 25 pips roughly. Is it worth it? Kind of. What would be cool is if I took a short right now, 25 pips into down here, and then from here, buy it back up for another 30 pips or whatever targeting that I'm going to use to figure it out. So that's what I'm going to do right now, because, oh, you have to take a trade, otherwise you're not a real trader. Fuck off. Like, you're not going to get me a new account if this one blows, are you? So there we go. Stop loss in place. Targeting 25 pips. Maybe I should target a bit less, because we could have an issue of filling this area. Why did I enter? Because okay, so that's the impulsivity that I'm working on minimizing. Because okay, what's my entry based off? It's based off this 30-minute gap. Okay, so let me do this properly. 2540, 12540. 400. So this is what it looks like currently. Why did I take this? Because there's a fair value gap within a fair value gap. I shouldn't be using this one because we closed above the mean threshold, which means that we're likely to continue higher. But since I'm taking an ultra short-term trade and I don't want to wait, I don't trust that this fair value gap is gonna hold once we do get there. So anyway, so yeah, like, what else was I saying? I was saying that you don't have to rush through this trading process, okay? Like through trading a prop firm evaluation. Do the props want you to fail? If you think about it, not really. Because, yeah, they collect challenge fees. For example, they collect challenge fees at 5K accounts, what, $40? Let's call it $40 to make the math easier, okay? $40. Let's say I fail the challenge, that means they have $40 from me, and that's it. If I pass the evaluation and say withdraw how much? Let's say I make $500 and I'm like, okay, let's withdraw the profit split, right? 20%. They take 20% of what? $500. How much is that? That's $100. That's way more than 40. Like, it's 2.5 times 40. So do you honestly think they want you to fail if you trading long term with them makes them more profitable? I don't know, because I don't run the prop firms. I don't know what these guys' models are. I don't know where they get their revenue from. Like, I'm aware of it, but I can't tell you for certain that this company's revenue stream, this is that company's revenue stream. Okay, so in that case, then prop firms, if I was a prop firm owner, I would look to have a long-term partnership with my traders, even if they don't trade every day, because over the long run, I'm gonna make more from having people who are able to trade comfortably versus jumping in everybody's face telling them to push the button now, 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 now. And as a result, I would also tailor my challenges to fit a similar to fit that ideology. I would, cause yeah, man, like how many times is somebody honestly gonna buy like 100K challenge before they start going insane for not passing it over, like 3 or 4 attempts? Like you're gonna start getting a little angsty. Versus if you just took your time and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna get the nice car, the nice house, the Lambo, and all this stuff. But first, I want to be sure of what it is that I'm doing, so that I can get there with the least amount of emotional turbulence. It's a much better approach to trading, if you ask me. Because like right now, like I've taken a trade. Okay, yeah, it's 0.01, but like I've taken a fucking trade. What do you want me to do at this moment in time apart from yap and look at the screen? There's nothing I can do. I'm not moving the markets. So because I'm not moving the markets and there's nothing else that I can do, why must I continue looking at the chart right now? I could literally just end the stream and be like, okay, I'll update you guys with the result. But because people tend to want to see results immediately, then that's the thing. Another thing also is give yourself a time limit when you're trading. Because with everything else that we do, majority of the other things we do in life, we limit ourselves from sleep. I'll sleep for 7 hours, but I'll sit at the chart for 16 hours until I find a trade. Why? Why you want to do that to yourself? Um, London session is distinct hours. The market itself has specific hours of operation, but you just because market's open 24/7, you want to trade. Okay, go ahead and do that. See how far you get. Um, yeah, number of trades. Take 1 to 2 trades a day, if your situation requires you to be like that. But if you can take 100 trades a day, nobody's stopping you. Honestly, might have some prop firms red flag you, but do what you want, man. Set the pending order for down here so that we can catch it on the way back up. And why am I using this gap? Because it hasn't been traded back into. That's why I'm targeting that gap. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna set pending order for what price is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Supposed to shit. That comes back up. Supposed to practice targeting. I'm supposed to look for a target that's gonna scratch my itch. Okay, so if I was long on this day, where would I belong to? Where would I belong to? Na 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 na. Okay, too much. Why? Because this cluster of structure that's recently been created has not been tested. Like anywhere starting from down here Because this, use this, pullback expansion, and this. Okay. So ideally, I would like to see something like this. See, that tells me we could go all the way up to there, could go all the way up to there. But what's the likelihood of your USD giving 300 pips, like 100 pips, 2 days in a row? That is unlikely. Look through the charts, measure the high and low of the range of the day. Like here, it's 120 pips. Cool. What's here? 80 pips. What's here? 90. Let's call it 100 pips. Okay. But you'd have to get the absolute bottom of the day, absolute top of the day. How likely are you to get that every single day? Not likely. Here, 72 pips. Another 100 pips or so. Like, but do you see what I mean? It's not gonna be an every single day occurrence where we have 100 pips moving like that. Ideally, I would like to target like here. My ego would love it if price came all the way up to here. So 150 pips, but that's not gonna happen. I don't see that happening back to back days. So this is not even 30. 30 pips is somewhere here. Ideally, let's just say we retest this daily level or this daily level, which should be inverted now. 38. But you know what? Let me not get greedy. 300. Okay, 30 pips. So my target is going to be stack trades, take more entries. You don't fucking have to. Like, if your proficiency level is not there, then stop. Don't try to do that. Like, why are you trying to shoot 3 pointers if you know damn well that you can't even, like, do a layup properly? What are you doing? Or, okay, you want to get better at 3 pointers because you figured out it's going to be better for you to be able to take 3 pointers versus layups. Okay, great. Does that mean that every single time you get the ball, you're supposed to shoot? See if your teammates pass to you. You have to like pull that for like 3 shots and miss all three. See if your teammates are still gonna pass to you like on that much. And it sounds like pessimism and stuff like that, but like honestly, it's just like this. There's parameters for operating in this thing, and okay, did I even change this thing? I don't know. I'm rambling. Take profits. Just take profits. How much? $3. Okay. So this is what I'm negotiating with the markets for. Gonna have to stop this stream in like an hour, so hopefully by the end of this hour we'd see price close at take profits. But do you see how much actual time like I have to sit and do stuff and talk about things when I'm trading Euro USD because it's not a volatile pair versus if I decide to trade gold? Let's have a look at gold. See, I can even decide I'm gonna go look at another chart. And yes, I've succumbed to the basicness of Euro USD, gold, and NQ, just like everyone else. Sigh. Hey, what do we have here? Let's actually look at the daily chart. So at all-time high. Actually, I haven't looked at this chart in a minute since this day, like since this. But okay, so what do we have? We have this should price retraced into midpoint, okay, and then pushed higher, ran through a level of liquidity, had a fair value gap and everything. Here, see, we inverted this gap. Okay, so we're inverting it now, but we closed above this bearish gap, so now we're bullish. Change in state of delivery. Look at how many 1, 2, 3 candles we've engulfed. Okay, so also we've closed above this bearish fair value gap here, so everything is pointing to bullishness here, right? And then all of a sudden, just what is this? It's possibly a retracement. So what I'm gonna do, that can stay there first. See how cool it is that this is inverting, but because of recency bias, I would do this. Why? Because I'm not comfortable with using inverted fair value gaps yet. As accurate as it is, this is what I'm more used to seeing, so that's what I'm going to mark on the chart. But one side gap here. Sell side liquidity. So this is what happens, right? Sweep of liquidity. Change in state of delivery. Fair value gap. I'm probably gonna buy it up to like 3,650. Is it gonna get there today? No. Could we have a deeper retracement to here? Possibly. I don't know. I don't run these charts. But if we have a consolidation break, tap, pop, where do you think we're gonna go? I think we're gonna go higher. I don't know, man. That's just me. So gold. This thing they would call SMT divergence. I don't even know if it's in the right context or not, so I'm not gonna use that. There is this gap here. Should be 30 minutes. Right? And then you also have where price is reacting now is this gap here. What would that be? SMT divergence. But I have no idea how to fucking use that thing, and I don't ever plan on adding it into my repertoire. So that's that. Okay. So what am I looking for? Looking for a gap within this gap. Alright, 3, 5, and then you could safely set your pending order here. Stop loss, depending on who you are, probably want to put it somewhere like there. 70 pips, that's $7. That's pretty steep. About the body. 5, not too bad. 3, guess. Can't be too picky with it. Target there. 35 pips. 35. 250, what am I saying? Like this. Okay, so this is, let's just make it 1 to 10 for the sake of it. So this is a $3 movement gold. And you honestly think that I can't, this is why I can't let go of such a pair, because the amount of time it takes Euro USD to do the same amount of movement. Not that I want the markets to move like that, it is fantastic that Euro USD takes its time to get, like Forex in general takes its time to get to where it needs to be. We don't need too many more pairs like gold. Gold is enough. Like, man. See, if I was to enter, I would enter here, place my stop maybe somewhere there, and then target 300, I guess. The impulsiveness. Do you see the impulsivity? Like what happens? That'd be like a 1 to 5. That would be like a 1 to 5 trade. Okay, let's see what's going on. Euro dollar is still chilling. Bruh, to be honest, like, I don't have time for this. I've been here for what, 51 minutes, just under an hour. Said a lot of words, and apparently I have to continue watching this chart until it gives me money. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. You know, maybe these set and forget brothers are onto something. Cause okay, yes, this is your USD, like just chugging along. Nasdaq not doing too much either. Gold is more exciting. Actually, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna send this to Signals Group. Signals Group. Where's my terminal for sending it to Signals? Also, did you know that like you could program bots and make a living off that? There's people selling trading bots for like thousands of dollars. They don't trade themselves, but they understand programming and trading. So it's an option for some of you. I don't even know if this thing is showing. Is it showing? Like, I know you heard the MetaTrader sound, but okay, it's not showing. Since it's not showing, you guys will see it in the Telegram. Okay, send to Telegram. Let me look for it. And then so I entered here actually. Is it here? It's here at the price 32264. Needs a slightly wider stop, but who cares? Yeah, I picked the same exits, yeah. I think I put the same exits. And then I'll set a limit order for down here. That's this price. 3294. Ah, fuck off. Ooh. Both callouts sent on Telegram channel. That would have probably been a better entry, like here. So, how many pairs are you gonna do this for? Just asking, how many pairs are you gonna do this for? Because there's a lot of markets out here, a lot of opportunities. If you're a full-time day trader, you should be catching every single one because you sit at the charts all day. Said I was gonna find Telegram. Oh, USD is still chugging along. Telegram. Ah, man. Okay, so that's Telegram. As you can see, signals sent to this channel, the trades I've taken, and I'm using Deriv to do this. If you sign up to the link below, that was yesterday's trade. The one 55 seconds. Stopped up by like 2 points. Sad. So here we have a buy limit for gold. We have sell in gold. There's the two trades that I've called out. Euro dollar, like I sent on Twitter. So yeah, it would help a lot if people signed up to the affiliate links, signed up using the affiliate links to open accounts, deposit at the broker, and then follow my signals. Like that would make me, one, feel good, because then that means my skill is of value to other people. Two, like instead of directly giving me money for calling out or finding trade setups for you every single day, you get to be right back because I have things to do outside. Oh my gosh, I went away from the markets. What happened? What happened? Markets have gone fuck all in the last few minutes. Why? Because it's London session. And this is the time. It's like right now, the way my schedule is set up is either I'm gonna have to trade London or it's either I trade Asia, London, or New York PM session. Cause yeah, I've got shit going on, and either way, I still can't trade New York session because 4 p.m. is football o'clock in Tanzania. But mate, it's a phenomenal thing. Wherever you go across the country, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. at pretty much every football field, you will find people. You will find people. You will find people you can play football with. It's incredible. It's incredible. I would One thing I would like to do is have the German Football League system model applied here. I think they have the best system. Second place I'd give England, but in terms of organizing football teams from the lowest levels all the way to the highest levels, I honestly think that Germany is unmatched. These guys, you could play 17th division football. Like I don't even know if Sunday League is that just might be levels below Sunday League football, but anyway, these guys are that organized. I would love to see that here because so many talents, so many talents. I was just literally talking to a guy yesterday, and he's like, one of his former classmates, he didn't get a chance uh, to play football because his mom said no. Like it's that things like this happen. Players seep through the cracks like that because his mom said no. Why did his mom say no? Because to be honest, football is not a very guaranteed form of employment. Like say that you make it or you don't, and then even if you do make it, there's you playing at the highest possible level and you just like playing football, and then there's injuries and there's retirement at like 30 or 40 something when people are just starting to get like career promotions in other fields. So a lot of people would like, in terms of their outlook of safety, this is not something that is safe for them. So they told she is like, go to school, go get a job. I mean, he has a pretty decent job. He works in a cool place, but for a good company, sorry. But his seeing his mates playing professionally, traveling across the world in their 20s, and that stings a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So that is kind of the whole point of doing this trading thing. So it gives you a skill that you can leverage at pretty much any time of the day based on your schedule, and helps you to generate an income so that you can pursue your football dreams full time. Because to be honest, that's why I started doing this. Like I had to take a moment to reflect a little bit, and that is why I started doing this. This is why I got into trading to begin with, because I was like, oh, I can make money online and not worry after about payment processors and shipping and suppliers and showing up to Zoom meetings, even though there weren't Zoom meetings at that time, not really, or any of that other stuff. I literally just have access to a computer. I open up this application, click on the mouse a few times, and I have money that I can use to support my football dream. Incredible, incredible feeling when I first figured it out. Didn't know it would be this hard or take this long. Honestly, I think I made it harder for myself than it needed to be, than it needs to be, but that's just based on where I'm starting from. You know, also trying to compete with these 2021s. I mean, eventually, right now, I would still be competing with 2021-year-olds, 17-year-olds. but it's in a very different context. So, and I'm learning that it's okay. Like, look at someone like Harry Kane. It's taken him 15 odd years to win his first trophy, and then there's a kid who has a Euros, uh, potentially a La Liga and a Copa del Rey already at 17. It comes up against guys who've won their first like, who have World Cup. Then there's guys who have their World Cups at 18, and then it kind of fades out after that. Well, it's not as it you don't hit the same highs as easily anymore. And then you have people like Van Basten, for example. 3 Ballon d'Ors by 28, and then you never play again. So, what has that taught me? Taught me that I'm gonna quote this person. Like, I honestly feel like I don't want to be here for too much longer. Like, I want to eat, get dressed, and have to go to do other things. But let me just say one thing that kind of um, made me a lot more calm in terms of where I'm at with life right now. I was this girl I was talking to the other day, and I kind of explained because she could see that I wasn't really in the best of moods, and so I kind of just like opened up a little bit, and be like, "Oh my god, how do you open up to someone you just met?" I'm fucking opening up to you guys who I've never met on YouTube. Like, this is like you're hearing my thought process and my experiences. But yeah. I asked her, I was like, what would you do if you had a skill that had the potential to change your life financially, but you couldn't make it work? Like, you just had to be patient to make it work. And she stopped and she's like, her answer was, I love my life. Threw me off completely. And I thought about it. You could very quickly just be like, oh my God, of course you love your life because your life is this and this and this. But I thought about it. Like, I just took a minute to think about, like, why would you give that answer? And then I just looked around me and I was like, you know what? It's really not that. It's not so bad. Like, it could be a whole completely different situation. But where I'm at right now, it's not that bad. It's not so bad. Am I driving Lambos and um, partying on yachts? No. But at the same time, I'm not evading bullets or having to walk kilometers for water, you know, or in the middle of like, I don't know, just any situation, or like, trying to make sure that I wake up and like there's nobody trying to kill me every day when I wake up. just to put it that way. So I thought about it and I was like, oh, just love your life. I was like, I actually do love my life. Maybe if I loved it a bit earlier, like started loving my life, if I had the same amount of love for my life right now that I did a few years ago, maybe my life would have improved exponentially since then. There's an opportunity for that to happen now. Let's see what euro dollar is doing. Okay, so we're in some profits. I don't think we're gonna get to our target by 11. So I've got two options now. Either just hold or trail my stop loss to make sure that I don't exit with a loss or even like reduce the amount that I could potentially lose. I could just set a trading stop loss. See, this is the brilliant thing about MetaTrader. That I could just set a trading stop loss and walk away from the charts, but that would require you to have Wi-Fi on full time. Like your device your PC needs to be able to do that all the time because you cannot use a trading stop loss on the MetaTrader mobile app. You're gonna have to manually do that. So the alternative is to get a VPS, which you install MetaTrader on, and then that's gonna run 24/7, and then you can do your trading stop losses much easier. Or you could have a bot, or there's so many options on how to manage this trade. So how am I going to specifically manage this trade? How do I typically manage trades? So 150, I'm targeting, because this is 125, right? So since we reached the midpoint, what I'm gonna do is trail my stop loss to. Oh, that is the wrong one. Okay, so this is 250. What's 125? 125 is down here. We haven't reached 125. This is where I would look to trail my stop loss at this point, 415. But since we haven't reached 415 and it looks like we're going higher, probably should just chill. Not much for me to do at this moment in time. Or I could just close with 34 cents, call it a profitable day, and get on with other things in life. Options. Which one do you pick? Well, I'll tell you which one I'm gonna pick, because what I'm seeing is this is gonna be a sweep of liquidity, and then we're gonna go lower. And once we go lower, then I can trail my stop loss. Because if I was to trail it now, I'd be better off just collapsing the trade than trailing my stop loss. Protect your capital. I know. I am. Maybe. If I was to use a structure point, and this would kind of be fear-based, I would trail my stop loss to maybe here. That's a take profit. Where's my stop loss? Stop loss is up here. So if I brought it down to here, that's 37 cents. 37 cents, I'm protecting my capital. 40 cents, still protecting my capital. The structure say I should change. Let's go look at structure on the 30-minute. So 30-minute saying there's no key level that we traded into. There's no key level that we traded into. That's what it looks like on the 30-minute. If this engulfs this one, so then this should be an order block, or at least a rejection block to push price lower. But it looks like this may have been a pullback and then price pushing higher. I don't know. We'll see. Guess this is what I'll do, right? Because I'm still here for maybe another 20 minutes at best. 20 minutes, yeah. I'll just have to leave this on and then update at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I hope it makes sense to you, right? Like I buy and then sell and then buy and then sell, because I can kind of have a feel for what the market might want to do in the next few minutes. So being impulsive, I'm like, well, why am I leaving profits on the table if I'm in a position for me to take the profits? So that's what I do. Yeah, I know I targeted this to go higher, but it's just the PD raise. Like, what do you want me to do? Oh, but you're in profits. You could have closed 37 cents, sure. Like, what do you want me to do, man? I'll move the markets. So yeah. Sign up to the affiliate links, subscribe to the channel, like, share, do all that kind of stuff. I will be back later because honestly right now I don't feel like talking too much. Everything is there. Everything I'm doing is available to you in some form, shape, or design. Whether it's signals on Telegram, uh, live streams on YouTube, that you can pretty much follow what it is that I'm doing, or how I'm gonna get to what it is that I'm doing. Uh, yeah, so if anything I've learned is you've got to tailor trading to your lifestyle versus adjusting your lifestyle to trading, because there's opportunities every single day. There are opportunities every single day. You are not late. You are not running behind. Yeah, Kyle made 2.5, but how long did it take Kyle to make 2.5 in one payout? A couple of years. So if you're still starting out, if you're 1, 2 years into your journey and you feel like, oh, it's not gonna happen for me, it's fucking early, bro. Just calm down. If you're like 4 or 5 years into your journey, you know what to do. Stop rushing. If you're like 6 years deep like me, there's some bad habits that you've got. Like 5, 6 years, there's some bad habits that you've got that are causing you to not have the progress or the results that you desire. So that's as much as I can say. I don't know, man. 20 minutes is a lot to keep talking. I'm gonna eat something. Or I could just play some music. Brilliant idea. Yeah, so Russians, Belarusians, I guess you're not gonna hear the rest of the stream. Like, unless they're listening to this live, they're probably not gonna hear the stream. Why am I laughing? Because it's like, I have 0 views. Why am I worrying about people in Russia and Belarus not seeing my stream when I have 0 views? I should be worrying about getting views first, and then. But what does that even matter anyway? Let's find a song for me to listen to. New Friday music, release radar. Actually, I haven't listened to this. Let's listen to this release radar. Beats hard. Oh shit, I forgot Telegram is still on. But yeah. Gotta share this link with you guys. fucks with that. Ooh, Slizzy. Hey, I just realized you guys couldn't hear the last song. I was listening to Psychic by Nasty C, but let's get Slizzy now.
I'll do anything just to have you. Girl, I'll never bring you bad news. Blow a bag when you in a bad mood. With your friends, you just wanna wild out. You wanna shake ass with your tongue out. You need me to pour the 42 in your own mouth. You're a real one, you ain't chasing no clout. Back it up for me, drop it. Low, good girl, but you pop it like you a hoe. Got your nails done, can you touch your toes? Said you amateur, but you do it like a pro. You do it like a pro. You can shake it fast and go in slow-mo. Live service and you drive it to the flow. Take a Percocet, it get me in that mood. When I leave your town, I'm coming back to blow your back out. Big bodies, they be moving every time we back out. Don't nobody want no problems when they see us back out. I love when you shake one leg. That shit there drive me crazy, girl. I love when you shake one leg. I want you to have my baby, girl. You got me in my head. That shit there drive me crazy, girl. I love when you shake one leg. I love when you shake one leg. Back it up for me, drop it. Low, good girl, but you pop it like you a hoe. Got your nails done, can you touch your toes? Said you amateur, but you do it like a pro. You do it like a pro. You can shake it fast and go in slow-mo. Live service and you drive it to the flow. Take a Percocet, it get me in that mood. That shit there drive me crazy, girl. I love you, shake one leg. I love you, shake one leg. That shit there drive me crazy, girl. I love you, shake one leg.
On a whip, can't be out here moving like a fish. Haters on my dick, the whole thing, no, not just a tip. All my niggas lit. Don't be nervous, baby, take a pic. I'm a side kick, cause I always knew that I'd be rich. Candlelight lit. Everywhere I go, I leave a tip. Big dog, pick. Ain't gotta touch me, I'm already it. I gotta pay the rent, so don't be nervous, baby, hit the link. All my niggas lit. All my niggas
you know I do what I do, you know I stay breaking rules. You know I'm coming from that black, white, yellow, green, red, and blue. I like to joke and I laugh, but don't you get shit confused. Cause when it's up, then it's up, and it's fucking stuck on the moon. Put a buck on your luck if you think it's something they do. Stop chasing hoes instead of chasing the loot. She chose me over him cause he was a regular dude. She chose me over him cause he was a regular dude.
Tense on a whip, can't be out here moving like a fish. Haters on my dick, the whole thing, no, not just a tip. All my niggas lit. Don't be nervous, baby, take a pic. I'm a side kick, cause I always knew that I'd be rich. Candlelight lit. When she blew me, she had made a wish. Jungle boy, stick. Fuck with me on mine, I let it hit. I'm a side kick, cause I always knew that you a bitch. All my niggas lit. All my niggas lit.
It's the kids, baby.
Ay, 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 ay. Kutoka alo akitoka mama anafuata mpenzi ambaye ndo wewe, you're my happiness. Wakitoka wazazi anafuata mpenzi ambaye ndo wewe, you're my happiness. Mimi kwako tete, nidekeze kama mtoto, ukitaka nibebe mgongoni, nifunze kutembea. Ichanganya sari fanta banana, ndo ulivyo mtamu sweetie sweetie. Sexy sexy body ya fantana, lips in a taste ya pipi pipi. Oh baby nakupenda, nakukunda, sogea nikupambe, sogea nikubusu, ngekutanda. Money fere, je t'aime, te amo baby we. Akitoka mama anafuata mpenzi ambaye ndo wewe, you're my happiness. Wakitoka wazazi anafuata mpenzi ambaye ndo wewe, you're my happiness. Mimi kwako tete, nidekeze kama mtoto, ukitaka nibebe mgongoni, unifunze kutembea. Ay, tete tete.
Usikubali kupitwa. Bashiri popote na muda wowote kwa wepesi zaidi kupitia app ya SportPesa inayopatikana Play Store na App Store. Pakua app uanze safari yako ya ushindi. Hauwezi kupitwa tena. Hairuhusiwi kucheza kwa wenye umri chini ya miaka 18. Vigezo na masharti kuzingatiwa.
That should be a thing. I don't know. We'll see, man. Looks like the mic is hooked up. Maybe not. I don't know. I want to see how this
I've been through the fire. I've been through the flames. Came out like a diamond. Precious, saving grace. Half of my sleep is on. Heard till I can't no more. Feels like I've been reborn. Oh.
Like my timeline is just Manchester United right now. Well, pretty much football, but more or less Man United. It's a cool. Okay, time to. Ooh, who's this now? 10 minutes, aight, Baba. Is this guy serious? Brother. Sikia. Tutakufikia. 10 minutes sio kweli. Na mimi kusikiza what do you call this? Tarabu, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Oh, God is stopping me out. God is stopping me out just now. What do? I just wait for the next trade. So, I guess this is the last song for the day. If you can even hear it. So, once this is done, then I'm out of here. Moving on to other aspects of life that do not involve staring at charts. Or any form of charts for that matter. Well, not really, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all we have time for today. Um, so I got this gold trade wrong, I guess. So far, it's still like it's in the ICU right now. But yeah, that's today. And guess what? That would have been 70 pips if it does stop me out. That's 70 pips. Just crazy to think about 70 pips within like. Anyway, you do the math on that, like what that could mean to you. Euro dollar. Chilling. So that's what I'll do. Like I'll be back later this evening. Well, tonight, not even this evening. I'll be back tonight and I'll show everything that happened afterwards. In the meantime, it's time for me to close my computer. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later today. Well, I'll update later today. Go ahead.